What's up, folks? It's Eric. It is January the 4th, 2023, and God, got me. It got me. New year got me. 2024. All right, so I'm just going to put together a quick script. Well, I say it's going to be quick. I'm going to try to make it quick. So I'm going to do from top to bottom a script on, I guess I need to do shorts. Since this is a bearish market, I need to do something with shorts. Typically, I do longs. I always do longs. I like to go long. But I'm doing different stuff this year. I'm thinking outside the box. I'm doing things that are more complex. Some of the stuff that I didn't want to do before, but I knew that it would make me a more robust trader and coder. So I'm going to look for longs today. So let's go to today. We'll go one day back. So I'm going to make a script, and then I'm going to put it into a strategy, and then we will see how it works. And hopefully the performance is at least 60 or 70%. And it just depends. I'm having a hard time doing futures with Tradestation, making it work and doing the strategy and that kind of thing. So I will have to use it on like SPY, so one of the actual stocks. So you just kind of have to extrapolate and figure out how much you're willing to whisk, how much you're willing to whisk, how much you're willing to whisk, how much you're willing to risk, and then come up with the how it'll work for your size account. All right, so for ES, was this today, the 4th? Yep. And I think today looked much like yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So we got that. And then yesterday was, so this was today, and then yesterday was like that. Well, looks similar except for the initial sell-off, the first part, like pre-hours kind of thing. So let's just go to the 1 minute time frame. Let's go 1 day back. I'm gonna go to the 1 minute time frame instead of the 5 minute time frame. Well, yeah, just for the 1 minute time frame, it'll give us more trades. So we're gonna take all the 5 minute stuff off, and open up SPY. Come on, baby. Come on. Yeah. Go to environment. Show me. I'm going to do SPY 1 minute 01 04 24. So once we get done with the strategy on this, then we'll move it over to once we get done with the show me on this, then we'll move it over to the strategy. We've got something else on here. 5 minute time frame. There we go. All right, so we're only really looking from 9:30 to about 5:50. What I typically look for. So a little bit here. So again, we're looking for a strategy that works for shorts. So if we're in a somewhat bearish market, we're moving primarily under the 200 period moving average, and we want to be looking for those shorting opportunities. Okay. Those are just some of the most extreme points. So if we could target those, that'd be great. All right, so one of the things that typically was going to say is the time is over 09:35 and time is less than 15:50. Verify that. Here, all these are over the 15 period moving average. Open is over the, say, 15. Think about the volume. There does appear to be high volume, at least in one of the bars in that cluster. Up here, it's not really high volume. Volume is a bit higher, and like the 6 period moving average here, same, but the volume is falling. As I look at this, this looks terrible. It looked a lot better on ES. There looks, I mean, it looks like it's really ranging on this. And when I see something like this, that makes me typically go to the ES or to a different time frame. Like when it's really ranging, it's just like every bar is completely being retraced. This bar completely was retraced. This bar was completely retraced. This bar was almost completely retraced. Everything is just completely retraced. It's just a pure zigzag all the way. It breaks out right through here. It breaks out right through here. But the most of the day is just, and then when you get right back in through here, just all zigzag. Let's see what the ES looks like. I don't think. I was looking at it on two different platforms today, Thinkorswim and Tradestation, but I don't remember it being that zigzaggy. Well, yet it is. That's probably why I shouldn't have been trading it today. Like I said, at one point I was up like $1,000 and then I proceeded to give it all back. So yeah, this today did not look great at all. So you better look at the 5-minute time frame. They don't look that good. Well, and maybe that's why, because I did spend quite a bit of time. My chart was on the 5-minute time frame. So my chart was on the 5-minute time frame, and I was really using that as a gauge. But then I was entering on the 1-minute time frame. Yeah, it didn't go well. It didn't go well at all. All right. Well, I can do this back on the SPY. Alright, we're already 5-minute time frame on SPY. So we're still over the 15-period moving average. Everything's over 15-period moving average. All the open. Definitely over the 9. So we'll change that to the 9. Okay, and then so one of the things that you typically see as you get into an area where there's going to be a reversal, you have long bars moving up to shorter bars. Long bars moving up to shorter bars. This right here is just kind of like continuation, not necessarily reversal. It's definitely like reversal attitude here. This right here, and maybe it's just leading up to it because we're coming down here. This thing was just kind of continuing to go down, but it didn't. This doesn't have the pre-market hours. So it's kind of coming down, and then this was a nice little pullback. So it makes you think that it wants to be bullish. Nay, it didn't stay bullish. It did not stay bullish. So let's see, volume here is higher than the 6. Here it's lower than the 6-period moving average. Here it's higher than the 50-period moving average. Blue line down here is the 50-period moving average. The yellow line is 6. Higher than the blue. So right now we can just say that everything is higher than the blue. So 6 is higher than 50. All right, and everything. Well, this doesn't have a shorter bar here. This is a shorter bar. This is not a shorter bar. So I don't think we'll capture this. There's nothing unique about this bar, really. Or we could say, because we could say that it could be like a tweezer right? So the up tweezers, whatever you call that, up tweezers. But if you get in on, if you're using this as your identification criteria, by the time it makes this move and then this move, now you're getting in down here. So now you've already risked a lot of this up here. So I wouldn't like it for that reason. Okay, so we'll say the range is less than range 7, and there has been a recent occurrence of tests of a bull and range greater than 7, so that means a long range bull, and that volume isn't terribly, yeah, the volume is, volume is greater than 6. I think we're going to lose this one. But let's see. And ticks is greater than V6 ticks. All right. And strength, so test length, so within the last 5 bars. And what is it? Instance and flag. Okay, we have to say that is greater than 0. That just lets us know that it happens within one of these 5 bars. Verify. And did I close that? Range is less than 7 and recent. Bool and range of 7 and ticks greater than V6. Make sure I've got all the right parameters here. Test, length, instance, and flag. Test. Length 5. Instance 1. Flag 1. Alright, that should be it. Why doesn't that take? Oh, it did take it. Alright, so. Okay, all right, let's just go ahead and move this over. So that is SPY 1 minute, 0424. Show me. SPY 1 minute, 0424. Okay, boom. All right, so we didn't get this one. We kind of stopped looking at this one. We did get this. I didn't even notice this one. I was looking at this guy. But we got these two in here. We got these. We're actually gonna put this at the high instead of the low, since we're doing a short instead of a long. Which I typically, like I said, do longs. Value 1, we're gonna make this at the high. And then since this is a 5-minute time frame script, we typically make these in blue. So we have blue up there. I could almost do a different color since we're doing shorts instead of longs. Got this guy. One thing I typically want to see, since we're moving up, let's look for bulls only, because we want to catch top of the move before it comes down. If we catch a bearish candle, now we caught the bottom trying to go down. Now we're catching a falling knife, and that's not the way to go. All right, so we're gonna say that it has to be a bear. Bull. So got that. That. Perfect. Couldn't have said it any better myself. Yeah, I like this. Just think if I could do anything else with this. I think is that volume ascending? Looks like all these volumes are ascending. I wonder if I say that the ticks, no, the V6 is greater than V6 a bar ago. Oh. That just means that for the short term, the volume is starting to increase. Boom. Come on now. Give me a round of applause. I mean, seriously. How much time was that? 15 minutes? Come on, guys. 15 minutes. All right. Just out of curiosity, I didn't measure this against other days, but okay, so it didn't work on that day. But I see something easy that we could say about the wicks. That's got a tall top wick. However, that other one did too, because it was just like a doji, and I like that one. So I don't really want to mess with those wicks. Oof! Look at that day. Good gracious. All right, but if you had got in here, you took that ride down. If you had got in up here, stop up there. You're at least 1-to-1. You capture that. Got in here. A little bit of, so the script and definitely did not work well on this day. All right, so we're way over the 200 period moving average on that day. That looks like an obvious indication there. Over the 200 period moving average, over the VWAP, over all these moving averages, and all these moving averages are showing signs of high momentum. So you know that it's definitely in momentum going up, because the 25 period moving average is under the 15 period moving average, which is under the 9 moving average. They're all over the 20 moving average. So it's just got a lot of strength. Okay. So it'd be easy to get rid of that. We could just say something like that. It can't be stacked. I used to have a script called like stacked, where the I wonder, can I do this with parentheses? I don't think so, because it's gonna make it true or false. All right, so if I say that the 9 period moving average, if I say the 9 period moving average is over the 15 period moving average, then I can't put that in parentheses and say all that is over the 25 period moving average. I have to do it each individual separately. So it has to go something like SA9 is greater than SA15, and SA15 is over SA25, and SA25 is over SA200, something like that. And then watch this. We want all that criteria to be met, right? We want the 9, 15, 25, 200. We want it to be stacked like that, right? Okay, we'll hit verify. If we do that, we're going to keep these, but guess what? We're going to lose everything else. So instead of that condition being met, we want to say and not condition 7, or you say condition 7 equals false. Okay, so, and honestly, I don't know what it looks like for the other dots that we made, but I know we don't want a super strong trend up when we're trying to catch shorts. Yep. And if I spent a little bit more time with this, I should be able to whittle away those few there. But again, you can spend a lot of time trying to get rid of every single thing that doesn't fit, and then you're going to have a script that works on entirely one bar over 365 days out of the year. On a 5-minute time frame, it will work on one bar. So you don't want it to be so exclusive that you leave all profits off the table. It's kind of like the analysis paralysis, where if you just analyze it too much, you just end up with nothing, kind of a thing. Yeah. All right, so what is this guy doing? Yeah, tall wicks there. Like I said, if I use a wick condition, we'd get rid of that one and this other one that I didn't like. But we would also you see, even with that really strong one, we lost this guy. All right, so condition 7, if we mute that out, now we get it back. All right, so I think one thing that we could say though is something in relation to the average range, because even if you're up that high and you are getting these long candles out of the blue, then you're getting stretched out. But if you're way up there, if you're way up, trending up with momentum, and they're small bars and they're just creeping up, they'll creep up forever because they're kind of balanced. But when you have these big bars, then it's a good chance for a pullback. So what you might do in the strategy is say something like, all of these so they can be stacked, or I don't know. I don't use or a lot. I think I said that in another video. I don't use or a lot, but let me try it here. So it can be all those things, or it should not be all those things, or full and range greater than getting an idea here. I'm just curious if I tap that. Okay. Well, but I didn't unmute it. So I still lost that one. It's gotta be recent or recent occurrence. Test within that many flag greater than 0. So now I have it. What about these other ones back here was really strong at? That one. It was like right there. No, it was right here. But I mean, that still applies because we have these long range bars, but the volume is a little bit higher. They come within so many bars. Oh, I think I have to do an if. So like if this, let's say if the moving averages are stacked, then begin addition, then begin if recent occurrence, if we had that recent occurrence where we had a bull in our where we had a bull with a large range within 5 bars, also with a higher tick, like I said, within 5 bars, instance flag, if we had that, then condition 7 equals false, else condition 7 equals true, and end. Then we have to go back down and take the not off. Yeah, we already got the not off condition 7. So hit that. All right, so good. So we lose those. Now we should, fingers crossed, we should keep the one earlier on. Okay, we still managed to lose that one. So within 5 bars. So if we have stacked bars, then we have that long range bull within 5 bars, then condition 7 equals false. No, we want that to be true. But then that means that we're going to get those other ones back too, right? Because we lost them before, so we're going to get them back. All right, so then condition 7 equals true, else condition 7 equals false. So we hit that. What? Oh, let's see what it's doing now. Well, I see part of what it's doing. Now it's affecting the entire script, because everything has to be true. That's false. That's false. Then nothing fires. I need that music. All right, give me a minute. I think I do have something to help you understand what I'm doing. A thinking bar. I don't have it anymore. There it is. Not showing up. There it goes. All right, computing, guys. Again, like I said, this is something that I don't use often, so the only way for me to break into it is to spend some time with it. So we can either spend some time with it together, or I can spend some time with it alone. Matter of fact, you know what? So I don't waste your guys' time, I'm going to pause this and think about it for a minute, and then I'll just come right back. Pausing. Okay. All right, so I have an idea. All right, so I'm gonna try if there is high momentum going up, then we're gonna begin. We're going to say if there's recent bull with large range and higher volume within 5 candles, then condition 7 equals true. We're just gonna not put the false part. I don't know if that'll work, but we gonna see. I don't think it will. because I feel like it's going to default to false, or it certainly just defaults to whatever was before the bar before, which. All right. So I mean that got us all this, right? But then what about back here where we had trouble area? It's here on 730, 1218. No. I mean, technically, like, if you were to get in here at the top, it does pull back some. So, I mean, and then even here, this one isn't really good. But even if you get in here, there's a little bit of a move up, but then it does retrace quite a bit. Even here, I mean, at least does come back. So, it is an indication of a move back, but it's not significant enough for what I'm looking for. It's just not. So I've got to spend some time to figure that out. But for the strategy that I came up with just for this day, just identifying these points, that worked great. But all right, let me try pause one more time. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time with this. It's already 11 o'clock. My brain is toast. All right, I got an idea what I did, or I'm trying to do, which I shouldn't be trying to do. I'm trying to exclude something and then put inclusion criteria along with the exclusion criteria, and it's just making a royal mess. So what I need to say is just leave exclusion criteria by itself. So I need to say if those things are stacked and what is it not doing? And well, we'll just say no large range bear with large volume within the that's what I need to put. I just need to put that that's -1, that it wasn't found. Okay, so we'll say recent occurrence, and the test will be a bull and bull with ticks greater than V6, so that's high volume, and range that's long. If that happens, that needs to happen within 4, 1, 1. That needs to be equal to -1. It needs to be unfound. It needs to be that they didn't find it. And then close that. Okay, so if that, so I could just do, instead of doing if, I just say condition 7 equals that. That and that and that. Needs to be true. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. I feel like something's wrong because everything went away. So let's go back to the beginning. Yep. Something's wrong. All right, condition 7. Condition 7. Oh, we need to say not. Well, if we put not, then that one's going to show up. Make sure and that's not found. Sheesh. needs to be greater than 1. Got it. Got it. We're trying to identify what we want to exclude. So we need to identify specifically that we don't want it to have those stacked moving averages, and we don't want it to have a large bull with large volume and large range. And by saying it's greater than 0, we would be saying that we do see it. Working in the negatives can be confusing to me, at least. All right, so we go back here, and it's still here. Did we get rid of some of them? Verified? Oh, we did. What just happened? Oh, did we not verify it the first time? Wait a minute. Okay, so now here we only have 1. If we just have that 1, I'm okay with that. Okay, well, we lost this one. So this one did have stacked moving averages and a large a large bull with large volume and large range. Had all those things. Also, and that's why we lost it, along with those other ones. You see that? The long bull with higher volume, large range. That one is quite a bit extended over the SA9. This one's not quite as extended, but it is over the 2-period standard deviation of VWAP. VWAP is moving up, 200-period moving average is moving up. VWAP is moving up, 200-period moving average is moving up. That's right at the 200. That's right at the +2 standard deviation of VWAP as well. Line. One were we trying to get back? That one. That one. Volume is less than the one before it. Let's put that. And I gotta say volume. Ticks is greater than ticks of Argo. That is not. Edify. Now come back over here. Unmute this. I don't know. I mean, we'll get to keep this, but the question is, how many of those other ones are we keeping as well? What's the relationship to its volume from one to the one before it? Must be, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. It's better. All right, so we did lose a bunch of these along the way. We kept this one, a little bit of a pullback, but you know, that's not a significant pullback by any measure. Same here. This gives you an indication that we're getting into that pullback. And then this one, that one's cute. He stays. except for there is a huge rejection candle before it to the bottom side. And I think that's unique to pullback. Area we're looking for. And it is. And actually, none of these. This one has a wick. It's a doji for sure. But let's see. Top wick of a Bargo. It's got to be less than the body. It's got to be less than the range of the body. Okay. Body of a Bargo. All right, so we get that guy back. That little guy. What? Top wick of a Bargo is less than the body. Oh, no, bottom wick. I'm sorry. Talking about the bottom wicks. Come back on this page and I see a top wick and I'm like, top wick, gotta go. Now what happened over here? Same thing. That bottom wick is a little bit to the long side. But I think this one over here almost looked like a hammer. I guess what you call a hammer. One of these. Was it this one? Was it this one? It was this one. It looked like a pin bar or something. So, I mean, that is like 25. That's like 10%. The body is 10% of the entire wick. So we have to say that the bottom wick has to be less than. I said less than the body. Let's go less than. Let's try to range by 5. Or we'll say less than 75% of the range, which just says that the head, the body on it has got to be, the body on it has to be at least 25% of the range of the whole candle. All right. And actually, that's not right. That should be the range of a Bargo. Okay, still didn't lose anything. Let's go back to that trouble area that we're really looking at and see. All right, so we got that one. We lost that one. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Still got these two. Those are okay. If I thought it were going to be perfect, then I would have stopped doing YouTube videos a long time ago. Not be somewhere off on a yacht. Okay. This is nonsensical. Okay. At some point, it does work, right? But what I mean is at some point, you will have a pullback of this. And even though you had a pullback, the pullback wasn't aggressive. Like as far as this thing moved up and is over the 200 period moving, over all the moving averages, and it's over the 2 standard deviation of VWAP, you would think that this thing would tank completely because it's way overdone. No, it stayed over it for a while. So, and that's the thing, man. That's the thing you gotta know about these stocks and stuff is just when you think it can't do something, oh, it's gonna prove you wrong. It's gonna prove you wrong. So, yeah, this was a bananas move. Generally speaking, if you're over around that 200, if you're over around that 2 standard deviation of VWAP, you're into some troubles. All right, here we have the open and the close over the 2 standard deviation of VWAP. So I think we had one over here. We got the open over it. Excuse me, the close kind of over it. Close kind of over it. And right there at it. So. I don't even know. I think I have to open up the whole script for standard deviation. I don't think it's that easy to do that with VWAP. No, it's not. I'd have to go pull that whole formula into this formula, and I don't know that I want to do that. Good golly, Miss Molly. Right click this, edit easy language. Here is the VWAP thing. Copy all this. Do I want to do that? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Not tonight. Upper band, lower band. Plot to upper band. Thank you, Tradestation. I'm borrowing from you. Thank you. And we just type in upper band. Close is less than upper band. Verify. Yeah, it's funny with me now. Plot 1 is high. We'll call this plot 5. Okay. We really didn't need you to plot anything, VWAP, so please stop doing what you want to do. Okay, how'd you get in there? How you read? How you read? Oh, I think that's because these now are dealing with that whole upper band right here, and so they didn't fire. Close has to be less than the upper band. No. I want to say the open has to be less than the upper band. And with this, I am done, Jack. All right, good. So we got these 3, very good, and managed to get the color change too. Ooh, that's a nice one there. That's a decent one. That one, that other one. This is a decent one. It's okay. That one's no good. That one's no good. Might have to work out something with these wicks. Say that the price has to be less than any huge wicks within a certain distance. Not sure why we have these bad boys here. really technically don't want anything with those long bottom wicks. Didn't we already say that? Bottom wicks of one ago can't be super long. Well, how did this one fire? Because the bottom wick of that 1-2 fired. And this is the one before this one, and this one does have a long wick compared to the overall body. Let's do total wick total. So then we look at total of one ago. We're going to do another one also. Just like the one before it. With total of the current bar has got to be less than the range of times 0.75. All right, get rid of both of those. No, we didn't. Wick total is less than range times 0.75. How is that would not? That is definitely less than that wick. That wick is greater than total is less than range times 3/4. That wick is not. It's greater. I mean, you can look at it and tell, but less than 0.9. I don't know what's going on there. Oh. All right, so we said what condition 10 is there. We never went back and added it to the bottom. See, now I'm going on 52 minutes on this thing. This is addictive, just like playing video games. You know? But it's what I like. It's what I like. All right, so all right, we have that. It shows up. We lost a lot with that wick condition, but we got our two contenders. We lost this one just because of the body range of the current bar. Because this one is a doji candle. Where's that? This one is a doji. Alright, so we keep that one. We still get a few of these other wonky ones. That one's okay. That one's okay. Those two are good. That one is no so bueno. That one is good. That one is good. That one there, not so good. And I don't like that one. I said the total. What about the wick bottom? Didn't I say the wick bottom? Or I also had made another one for the wick bottom. Let's make that condition 10. Bottom is less than 75% of the candle ago. we lose that one? No. Bottom. Oh, bottom wick. All right, so we still lose that one, so that's good. All right, so now left to right. Just scanning and screening. Perfect. Good, good, good. Good. Good, good, good. Only took me an hour. So, you know, whatever. It's gonna be that way sometimes. All right. Did we actually use the upper band? Yes, we did. So I don't know how that's gonna work if we move that over to the strategy. I'm gonna take a few minutes to move that over into the strategy though. So let's see. Copy that. Here, open, add strategy. I'm gonna make this SPY 5 minutes 104.24. Eric strategy template. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go and we're gonna just paste all this in to right here. Condition 1, then begin that. Okay. Stop loss has already been defined. Oh, really? I didn't need this. Or this. Some of the stuff's not allowed in a strategy. Okay. So now here comes the trouble. Trying to move this into the strategy. Set plot color. No plot stuff is allowed in a strategy. Get rid of that. Anything else? Plotting. Plot. Anything plotting? Anything plotting? No. What? Strategy does not exist. Did not execute the alert keyword in easy language. Where do you see the word alert at? Alert enabled, then begin. We'll just get rid of all of this. Just begin. Okay, good. All right, so no errors. All right, so let's go over here. We're going to try to do the strategy optimization report. We're going to guesstimate that we can get 0.04 to the top side and 0.12 to the downside. You know what? I don't think I've done a strategy shorting, so I can do this right now, so I'm gonna have to figure it out. 104. Stop loss. Because this is going to be buy next bar at market. I think it's going to be buy short, buy to cover, set sell short. There we go. Sell short. Short. Next part market. A. Begin. Stop loss. I imagine that will short. I mean that will buy the cover, and I won't have to go in and tell it to do anything, because I really don't want to do anything else right now. I don't want to do anything else right now. Let's add this to the chart. Yes, it's 5 minute 0424. Oh, here we go. So we do have sell on, and we have sell short on, and buy to cover on. Okay, so what we're going to optimize here is stop loss and take profit. So we're going to optimize these two. 0.04 is where we figure where we need to be. We go as high as 0.08, and this is where the computer does the fun part of trying to figure out what the most optimal risk and reward is, and it's super quick. But did it come up with anything? Excuse me. I don't think it came up with anything. Like I said, I don't have something right with this shorting because I don't know how to short. Everything that I've done, all my strategies, everything I've done with pretty much with the coding piece has been longs. So I mean, I've done a few scripts that identifies the tops, but wasn't for the purpose of shorting. It was more so for the purpose of finding a decent exit to get out. So if all these conditions then begin, sell short, short, next bar at market. This is, oh, you know what? It might be some of the same problems that I had with the strategy before. Trying to buy shares. Some of this code needs to be adjusted. And it ain't happening tonight. So yeah, I will get with you tomorrow, the next day. I'll just work on some simple strategies to short, and then we'll come back and see if we can't find out how well the strategy works. But if you hung out with me during this whole time, you can see that we came up with great entries for the short side for the 5 minute time frame on SPY for January the 4th. And not only did I think we came up with the strategy within 10 minutes, and then we've taken the last 50 minutes just trying to hone it and make sure that it works pretty well with other days as well. And so we found a bunch of points where it continues to work well for other days. So this will go in my catalog. I'll keep it, I'll hang on to it, but I really would like to get this strategy set up so we can actually use it and implement it. But for the meantime, I will have it set up on my chart. It'll stay on the 5 minute, well, it needs to go on the 5 minute chart, so I can be aware of potential exits when I'm going long. All right, so let me add this to the chart, and then I'm gonna get out of here. And you all have a great night or day. All right, so this is on SPY. And I wonder though, if I just put this on ES, will it work just the same? Got one on the ES, right? So yeah, and I mean they're almost identical, but there you go. All right, guys, this is Eric. I'm out. Peace.